Well, you've just witnessed West Ham beat Norwich City 2-0 at home at the London Stadium. Great result for West Ham. We can go a little bit more in depth in the game in itself because I think a lot of people might be saying, we made hard work of it. But at the end of the day, it's results game and results matter. That's 3 wins on the bounce in the Premier League, 4 wins on the bounce in total between league and cup. And that is exactly what West Ham need. We've pushed ourselves up into 4th in the table, and that is exactly where we need to be. We've got a game, and Arsenal and Tottenham have got 3 games in hand on West Ham. Arsenal have got a game in hand on West Ham. However, they do play each other this weekend, and we've got another good opportunity to progress when we play Leeds in the week. But at the end of the day, we got the result, and we got the result we needed to do today, and that is what is the key factor. Jared Bowen with a brace. Could have got a lot more, to be honest. I think he was fantastic, and we will go through. Let me go and jump into the comments and see who is kicking about. Vinay is saying, to be fair, Masuaku and Yarmo both did well. Masuaku with an assist and Yarmo with a shot on the goal. And to be fair, I do agree with you. I thought Masuaku did actually have a decent game when he came on, albeit for a short amount of time. The Hazard Irons, Toby Sampson. Yes, come on, you Irons. Love it. Top 4 now to beat Leeds. That's what we need to do now. I said after... But in preparation for this Norwich game, that this game and the Leeds game were equally as important as the 2 before that. And I get that. I know that's a stupid, maybe potentially stupid saying, but 4 games ago we were 7 points adrift of what are they called? Arsenal. And now look where we are. We've got a point ahead of Arsenal. And that's down to the fact of the kind of grit, determination that this team is shown and has actually got. So fair play to West Ham for turning up and doing the job. Bowen is on fire. He is. Remember, everyone who is watching right now, we will be going live to the ground and getting people coming in and joining us as well. So stay with us and bear with us. Come on, you Irons, from Steve Bull. Black Country Hammer, come on, you Irons. Duzzy O'Dear saying, beautiful West Ham. Toby Sampson said, I thought everyone played well except maybe Vlasic, who was a bit quiet. Although I thought Vlasic had a very good first half. I think he came into his own in the first half, but lacked a little bit of that, finesse in the second half. 4th is ours again. Come on, you Irons. Bowen is on fire from Frank Butcher. Hornswazzler said Bowen deserved a hat trick. He absolutely did. Boston George, come on, you Irons. Black Country Hammer is saying, let me see. I'll wait for him. I'll wait for it to load. Oh, we've got him. Let me bring him in. Still, we've got the victory, mate. We've got the point. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is all that matters, to be honest with you, because the game is pretty boring. Looks like second game in a row where we didn't really have to break a sweat in order to get the results, and can't say much about the game. We did what we had to do, I guess.
I think that's it, though, isn't it? It's like there's no ifs and buts about it. We come up against an opposition who are struggling all season, and
they are poor.
They are poor, mate. They are poor. And you can always see that they're poor through the game, the amount of passes that were going to nobody. And the interesting thing was, with 15 minutes to go, Norwich made a substitution and brought off their best player, which I think the Norwich fans were not happy about. And it was a bit of a crazy decision.
It's odd, and you don't really know what direction they're going in. I think they're just preparing themselves to get relegated, and it's weird because they've still got half a season to play, and then anything can happen. But they just look like they're a team that bereft of ideas, and and then bringing your best player off when you're kind of 1-0 down, you're still in the game. They could always get a chance. You never know, but.
But the thing, though, still, the thing, though, is still there is an opportunity for banana skin, and the West Ham of old. We have to bring this up. The West Ham of old could have banana skinned that game tonight, and the West Ham of new, West Ham of new have just done another what we would call professional performance. Not something to write home about. There was plenty of positives. But there was maybe some conversations we can have about maybe some positions and maybe why we'd want to, maybe we're actually looking for a bit more flair. But let's focus on the positives still.
The positive is Fornals is good to have him back. Soufal's back. Masuaku came on and assisted. There's loads of positive. Yeah. I thought we actually played okay. We played within. I mean, I don't mind us playing within ourselves and doing what we have to do, and that's exactly what we did. We played within ourselves. We didn't have to break a sweat. Norwich were never really a threat, and I don't mind. I don't mind us kind of saving ourselves for the next game. And I think the one good thing, the positive, is the fact that. Sorry, no lights around here, people. The one good thing is that we didn't break a sweat, so we're kind of most of the players that played today that might play on Sunday are going to be all right. I know Moyes was upset about having a fixture pile up by them playing this game tonight, but it was fine. It was fine. And
I think that's the thing, though. He was upset about the fixture pile-up, but I said in the preview, I think we were talking about it earlier on today when we had Matt Jarvis on the show as well. You know, sometimes you think, bring them on, bring as many games on as you can, especially when you're in form. A couple of other positives to take from today still is a clean sheet. Add that to the fact that we've got 4 games on the bounce. We've got 4 games on the bounce that we've won, 3 from the Premier League, 1 including the FA Cup. You know, that's a good run of form to come back from that blip that we were in earlier in December.
It's a great run of form from that blip. We're having a very, very good January to make up for a very poor December. But I think if there's a massive positive tonight is Cresswell out of the blue. Back.
That is, I tell you what, tell me still, from your opinion, obviously from watching the game in the stadium, because from our opinion, from watching the game on the screens, he was influential in that position, and you could see that from the quality of balls that he was putting into the box.
The massive difference he makes. I think he's become a bit of an unsung hero for West Ham United, and I think it's taken us quite a few years to realise just what an influential player he is, because he adds. There's nothing wrong with the way Johnson's played at left back lately, but Johnson is I don't know, it's going to sound a bit weird, but Johnson is a defender, but doesn't do much creativity going forward. Whereas, you know, with Cresswell, he's going to defend, and he's also going to provide something further up front. And he did just that tonight. His crossing, his confidence, you know, his demeanour. He adds such a different dimension to the team, and the only time that we only realise it is when he's not in the team, if that makes sense.
But isn't it interesting still? Isn't it interesting to think that the Cresswell of 2016 disappeared for a little while, found his way back into the side, found his way back into form. He gets injured, and we miss him like you wouldn't believe. And tonight he comes back from nowhere and produces a performance. Okay, respect the opposition, but you can see how desperately we've missed him. And to be fair, again,
it is amazing. Yeah.
Credit where credit's due to Norwich. Several times in the game, not a lot, but several times in the game, they did come at us. They had a couple of opportunities. But what I did notice was that Diop and Dawson looked a little bit more settled because they knew they had the confidence of Vladimir Sufal one side and Aaron Cresswell the other side. We may have lost you still. Yeah, we have lost you still. I don't know what you think on the comments there about Cresswell, but it's true. Hopefully we'll get someone else coming in from the stadium as well. But it is true, like, you know, we've got this confident Cresswell back that is making such a big difference to this West Ham side. A Cresswell that was written off 2 or 3 years ago as well. Let's see if we can get him back in. Stella, I was just saying there to everyone in the who's watching about how Cresswell has come back from being, you know, the fantastic performer 2016, dipping in form for a couple of seasons. Now we've got him back, and then you're looking at Diop and you're looking at Dawson. Diop's been struggling with a player who's been playing alongside him, but tonight looked a little bit more comfortable because he's got the quality beside him to keep him nice and calm.
Yeah, it's interesting how players affect and influence the play, because Diop looked fine tonight, maybe because he knew he had someone like Cresswell alongside him, and they look comfortable. But you've got to put it in perspective. Norwich were poor, you know, so it kind of isn't maybe. I think the test will be if Cresswell and Diop play on Sunday. The test will be on Sunday to see how they fare against the likes of Rafinha and players like that.
Yeah,
you know. But no, they did well. They looked comfortable tonight. Cresswell, not only does he add a different dimension sort of going forward, but he brings an air of, he's a mature defender, and he brings an air of confidence to that defensive lineup. great to have him back. Great to have him back.
Still, talk to me about Jared Bowen. He got a brace tonight. I mean, what a fantastic player he is. I mean, he probably could himself could have had about 4 or 5 goals, to be honest.
That dink when he was played in and he hit the crossbar when he chipped it over the keeper was sublime. We thought that was going in. Bowen is, if he doesn't get an England call up, there's something wrong with Gareth Southgate. You know, he's got to get an England call up, without a doubt.
Yeah. He's a great player, and we're lucky to have him. And I don't doubt for a second we're going to keep him, and we need to strengthen in different areas. But having him down that side, you know, he's performing against the big clubs, he's performing against the small clubs, and it's good for him to get back on the goal scoring charts again. You know, that's him got several goals in his last few games, and it's good for a confidence booster for the club. Vlasic, Fornals, talk to me about them.
Vlasic, tidy. You know, he continues to improve. Tidy player. He had an okay game today. You know, no great shakes. I don't think any player had a great game. I think Bowen had a decent game. I think, you know, Declan did and Cresswell did, etc. But
sorry to interject there, still, but to be honest, for me, I think, you know, the standout players for me were Bowen, Fornals, Lanzini. I thought their creativity in the middle of the park, and obviously Declan Rice was doing what he does best, but Lanzini's controlling factor, I mean, something we've spoken a lot about is how Lanzini can sometimes sit in a deeper lying role, and we haven't saw a lot of it this season, but he did it again today, and he can dictate play from back there, and it's an interesting new thing that we've discovered with Manuel Lanzini.
It's a good option to have, isn't it, when we do miss out on, say, Declan or Souček. Jared Bowen's been named man of the match, by the way, no surprise. When we do miss Souček or Declan, we now know, but it can only sometimes work against certain teams. Against the likes of Norwich, it worked. I think sometimes if you've got a more physical team against you, he might be a bit slightly lightweight in that position. But against the likes of Norwich, it makes sense. For him to play in that position. You know,
DJ Rossi B is in the house. You're outside the stadium, mate. How are you feeling after that victory?
Fantastic, and easy. It was a bit like the game on Sunday, wasn't it? It was a bit annoying, a bit of an annoying game. We should have easily brushed past them, comfortable. Apart from one scare in the second half, it was quite easy, I thought. Norwich seemed to they had a go, but I don't think they didn't offer too much, to be honest.
I think that's the thing, though, isn't it? It's about it's not been a performance to write home about. However, the performance has got us a victory. It's got us 3 points. We move up into 4th in the league, and we have to be mindful of the fact that 4 or 5 games ago, we were 7 points behind Arsenal. Now we're a point ahead of Arsenal in 4th place. And nobody really would have thought that we'd be in that position that we're in.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think not at all. I mean, it's for me, I thought we, obviously with the game coming up, Arsenal versus Spurs, that's great for us as well. A draw there, and who knows what's going to happen. As I said, it's all about Sunday now. We'll see who's fit, who's got COVID, who ain't got COVID, and see what Sunday brings now.
And obviously we got the surprise inclusion of Cresswell. What's your thoughts on Cresswell being back, Russ?
I wouldn't have started. I wouldn't have played him today, to be honest. I would have kept him for Leeds, but maybe it was. Well, Johnson was on the bench, so clearly he didn't have any problems. He didn't have any issues or anything like that. But it was great to see him. Just gives you that natural sided sort of crossing from the left hand side. A lot better when he's playing. So it was great to see. And again, we've missed that delivery from the left hand side. And so it was great and he just seemed to be, some lovely passing, some really nice one-touch passing around the left-hand side particularly. But yeah, it was a bit of a surprise when I texted you guys when I found out. I was like, okay, Cresswell starting. So it's nice.
Stel, talk to me about the Antonio miss. The one near right at the end.
Yeah, we saw it. We were right behind it. Antonio missed an open goal, virtually. You know, it
I mean-
was a bit. We were all stood there going, "What the fuck happened just there?" You know, and it was weird because all
But
he
to
had
be
to do
fair-
was see. This is the thing. Go on.
No, well, I was just going to say, to be fair to him, it was like a pinball machine in and around the box at that
Yeah,
moment.
but
And
mate,
when the ball comes
the
into
thing-
Antonio, I actually thought Antonio was offside, and I actually think he was surprised that he ended up with the ball. Now, this is the difference between a natural-born goal scorer to a player that's been made into a number 9. You know, his natural instincts weren't to
And
smash the ball into the back of the net. He was going to take
Well,
a touch.
this is it. This is the thing. The difference that you see with Bowen, when he got the ball, he tried to dink it over the keeper. Antonio's instinct is, I might be two yards off the goal line, but I'll smash the ball. You know, and that's the slight difference because he's a natural goal scorer will go, I've got a different range of the way I can score goals. I can whack it, I can dink it, I can side foot it, I can do whatever. And that's, you know, not a criticism. It's just the way, you know, Antonio is. Let's not forget, Antonio's a makeshift striker. He's not a striker. He will always be a makeshift striker. He never started off as a striker. He'll never, you know, but he might not even finish his career as a striker. But fair play to him. You know, he gets in there. He does what he has to do. He gives defenders a lot of problems. And in that respect, we love him for what he does there. But
I think
any other player would have just dinked it over the keeper at that point. But anyway,
credit
who's
where
complaining?
No, but credit where credit's due as well, though, and it's interesting to hear Matt Jarvis's opinion on Antonio today. You know, coming from a professional footballer, the work rate and the work he does off of the ball, and you could see that he does work his backside off tonight. And the thing is, I know we cry week in and week out about getting a number 9 in, but we are still scoring goals, lads. We are still getting goals with the current setup that we've got. Russ?
What was the last bit? Sorry, I got everyone trying to sell their scarves for £5.
Go on, go buy your half and half scarf for us.
Yeah, we'll get a few West Ham Network ones. I mean, to be honest, there were several times today where, you know, I thought Bowen really played almost as a striker, the way he sort of kept on cutting inside. I mean, that dink in the second half, very unlucky. Obviously, he scored the goal, which, to be honest, was very much a striker's goal, really, wasn't it? In terms of being in the right position, just on the 6-yard box, and the second goal as well, same thing. I thought, yeah. Antonio's a strange one, isn't he? He's a strange one. He pisses the hell out of me sometimes, but then sometimes he just has that sort of, like last week on Sunday, rather, he had that sort of natural sort of strength and rawness, and he was absolutely brilliant. I thought Fornals came in and played well. Lovely couple of touches. We were playing some really nice through balls. It was really unlucky. Couldn't quite get there. You know, another day we could have won that 4-5-0.
Yeah.
I think we really could. You know, and I think it was frustrating. If we'd got that second goal just before half time, they would have come out and Norwich would have given up. And then they took off arguably their two best players.
Yeah, we said that earlier. Yeah.
Very strange.
Mad decision. So many people in the chat buzzing about the result tonight. Robin Wilson is saying, evening, another great professional performance, which it is. Hammerhead says, what a very West Ham game that was. Frank Butcher saying, still boy. Pat Holland is saying, fair win, but we need some more clinical against Leeds. What are you going to say, Russ?
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, were you going to say something there? I thought you were going to say something.
No, you carry on.
Jeff Chubb says Bowen hat-trick would have been fitting. Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
Duzzy O'Dear saying, listen to Stell, celebrating a really important win. Toby Sampson, yes, definitely Queen Joan, and he did a brilliant long pass as well. 2 points ahead of Arsenal. Is it 2 points we're ahead? I thought it was a point, but it is 2 points.
2 points,
sorry.
I think. Yeah, I think so.
And it's better to have the points on the table rather than the games in hand. That's the important
Exactly.
thing. It's better to have the
Exactly.
points
That's what he was saying, wasn't it?
And that's what makes this weekend's game with the North London derby even more interesting, and why it's so important that we need to go and get a result.
Let's not worry what happens in another game. Let's worry about let's beat Leeds. That's what we've got to do at the weekend. Let the North London derby sort itself out. We just got to worry about beating Leeds.
But it does play a key factor because one of them is going to drop points, and that is a positive spin on
very
it.
true.
So
Yeah,
we can
very
then
true.
go on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And again, another clean sheet for the goal difference as well.
Absolutely huge.
So it's that's going to be huge for us. I think it's the goal difference. Definitely.
Fabianski pulled off a world-class save, as Marcus has said here, not having much to do all game. I mean, there's no point in us even having the conversation about putting Areola in goal for the Leeds, is there? I mean, it's always going to be Fabianski.
Let's not go there, Anton. Let's not go there. Because Areola has pulled off some fantastic saves for us as well. They're both good, very, very good keepers, both of them.
Yeah.
And we're lucky to have both, So...
Good point here from Megan. Can we just appreciate some of those balls Pablo was putting into Bowen? Penetrating passes.
Quick, fast balls bang in the middle. That's what sometimes I think we do lack a little bit of speed when it comes to our passing. Lingard was always very good at it. He would drill those passes into the feet of the forwards, and that was very reminiscent of today of what Pablo was doing. I thought he played really well, and again, some of his touches. There was a header when I think Antonio just hoofed it crossfield ball in the second half, and a little cushioned header from Fornals set up a chance of Bowen, and the ball didn't run to him. But I thought he played really well, Pablo, and he had to really.
Isn't it good to see our players beginning to come back in form again, just at the right? After having such a poor December, we could have fallen away quite easily. But the fact that they're all coming back and Pablo's been out because of illness or whatever, and he's come back. Soufal looked quite solid today. Cresswell's back as well. Zuma, we kind of think he might be back this weekend, but more likely Man United. It's great. It's the right time. Why does Moyes need to go into the transfer window and buy anyone?
Well,
I'm being.
I know you are.
I know you are. Tongue in cheek.
I know you are. But to be honest, playing Lanzini in that deep lying role has shown tonight, and we've seen it before, that it can work. But Lanzini has just found himself to be such an important player again in the starting 11 for West Ham. He again. I said it today, earlier on today. His heat map must be phenomenal. He covers so much ground, and if he sits deep like that, he covers even more ground. And I think players like Fornals, Fornals absolutely thrive upon the Lanzini type players. Now, what I will say is, I'm going to add something here. What I will say is, by Lanzini playing in that role, did mean that a couple of times Norwich found their way through the middle of the park because we didn't have Souček. Still going.
Yeah, and this is the thing, and we've got to put it, we've got to put it in perspective. Lanzini played in that role. I think it was against Chelsea before he got injured. And Chelsea are not a physical team. They're a flair team, and you can see Lanzini benefiting from that. Norwich are not a physical team. They're a really poor team, and again, you can see Lanzini benefiting. I'd be worried about Lanzini playing in that role against a much more physical team, because you've just said it yourself, Anton. Sometimes Norwich did get through, and they're not that physical. My train's arrived, so I'm going to leave you lads to carry on chatting. Okay?
All right. Cheers, mate. Take it easy.
Right. Cheers, Del.
All right.
Stay safe.
Chat.
No, I agree. I agree with Stel says. I think, and what you said, Anton. I think sometimes Lanzini it's a luxury having him in that position. And to be honest, they did come through the middle quite a bit, where Lanzini would sort of maybe drift more into his natural 10 role rather than the deep line centre midfield position. So it's one of those things where it's sort of one hand giveth, the other taketh away, really, wasn't it, to be fair? Obviously, Souček wasn't around, so I mean, we all thought Noble, but obviously Noble's had a knock bowl accounts, and so we had to not make do, but I thought Lanzini came and played really well in that position. He likes playing that position as well. So we'll just see what happens with Leeds now.
A couple of incidences in the game. We had a goal disallowed from Bowen in the first half, 36 minutes in. I think the referee blew up because Vlasic's kind of body was in line with Kroll, so in theory he was interfering with the sight line. A bit annoying, but the rule is the rule, and that's what we've got to do.
Yes, the rules. Yeah,
absolutely. However, we did take the lead in the 42nd minute. Cresswell pings the ball from the left-hand side, and it goes way over the box, but Soufal runs down, collects the ball, and what an inch-perfect pass into the 6-yard box to Jared Bowen, who taps the ball in the back of the net with a header to make it 1-0 West Ham. What was your thoughts on that goal?
It was coming, weren't it? We needed that goal for half time. And it was frustrating. Obviously, the first one was disallowed, but it was bang on. It's the right decision. It's the right decision. Someone's changing hands. It was the right decision. He was out of the way. Didn't touch the ball, but he didn't need to. He was in, he was in his sight line. So, but for me, it was just that first goal was critical. And obviously, just before half time, great time to score as well because Norwich, go back in. They're losing rather than drawing. Come on, you Irons. And so. I mean, it was a great. I mean, again, Bowen was in the right position at the right time. In a more of a, as we said before, more of a striker's position rather than coming on the right. It was bang in the middle. He knocked in from 6 yards, on a header, beating Hanley, beating the centre backs to the header. So fair play to Bowen. He's really on fire at the moment, and it was just what we needed really because. I mean, Norwich started the game quite well. We got back into it. We were playing nice football, but weren't scoring. And you all right?
Yes.
Come on, you
Go on then, Russ. Get their opinion gone, or are they gone?
They've gone. They've ironed and gone. For me, it was. I was just really. I thought, what I like. We didn't keep our heads down after nothing. We kept on trying to play the same way. Kept on trying to play through them, which was really nice to see. Sometimes maybe we were overpassing it a little bit. I thought a lot of in the box, but then we weren't. Our shooting boots weren't on that first half. Several times we got into positions. Lanzini 2 or 3 times skied it from outside the box. West Ham Clips is going to have good fun with that and the astronaut tonight. So it had to be a bit slightly more direct. But hey, we came in 1-0 and bit of an easier half-time talk, I think, for Moisey. That's a fair.
Yep, absolutely. Second goal, though, came after several chances, several saves from Tim Krul. West Ham hit the post. We thought we had a goal disallowed when Masuaku, who came on as a substitute, did play the ball in from the left-hand side. And what actually helped that moment was the fact that Masuaku delayed the pass. And I was screaming at the telly. I was like, if there's ever a time for Masuaku to shoot now. Because at one point he did get through onto the byline and he tried to play the ball back, but he couldn't, and it went out for a bloody goal kick. But at that point, I was like, shoot. No, he didn't. He delayed the pass. That kept Bowen like millimetre onside, who tapped the ball into the back of the net to make it 2-0. Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean, again, where basically VAR sort of did us in the first half. Second half, yeah, as you said, that extra slight delay for Masuaku made Aaron's foot stretch out, didn't it? And it was literally millimetres. Aaron's foot millimetres in front of Bowen, and it was quite funny how the ref gave it straight away, and then we get the replay straight away, and I was like, that's going to get VAR'd. That's too close to call. And, once again, VAR does us a favour. That's a couple of times now. Yes, we got one chalked off today, and that was a fair decision, I think. But for the second time now in 2 games, we've had VAR go our way, to be honest. So it does even itself out of the year. It doesn't seem like it do sometimes, but it definitely does. And great for Bowen to score another goal.
Yep, absolutely.
He's on fire. He's absolutely on fire. You can see he's so confident at the moment. You want him to play every game now. Yeah. Don't want to give him a rest. You want to play him every game.
How do you, just to give you some stats here, Jarrod Bowen has been directly involved in 16 goals in all competitions this season. He's got 8 goals and 8 assists, the most of any English player for Premier League clubs in the 21-22 season.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's absolutely crazy. He's really in his groove at the moment, and it's great to see. It's really nice to see someone who's come in from the Championship and become a Premier League player. He could easily go into any of the Greedy Six team, no problem at all. Do you know what I mean? It's great to see. It's great to see. We as fans, we like to see these youngsters coming through from the Championship and go, "Come on, you guys!" And so. We just don't want him to. I want him to play every game. You want him to play every game.
Yep. Just to give you some more numbers on Jarrod Bowen's game today. He had 51 touches, 11 passes in the final third, 6 touches in the opposition box, 5 shots, 5 duels won, 3 shots on target, 3 final third entries, 2 goals. That's Jared Bowen in a nutshell in tonight's game. It's madness, isn't it? And we've got a fantastic player here. Russ, what's your final thoughts, mate, before we close down the stream?
Final thoughts. It wasn't the cricket score we were all hoping for, but I think it was a professional job. Very similar to the Leeds game on Sunday. I think we dominated both games. We were right to win both games, and now it's about Leeds on Sunday. Now, isn't it? We have to see what we're going to do on Sunday. Let's see how well we are. Let's see how well the boys are in terms of issues with Souček and obviously Noble taking the knock. But personally, I'd probably like to see them go with, if Noble's fit, I'd like them to see Noble start on Sunday, really. I think we need that little bit of defensive solidity in the middle, which obviously Lanzini doesn't give us. So we take a little bit of creativity out the side, because him and Fornals would have to be dropped to accommodate that place. But I think we need it. So roll on Leeds, dirty Leeds again.
I love it. Things you love to see. Russ, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to quickly close off the stream. So thank you for joining us, and I'm glad we got the 3 points. Yep, you there?
Pleasure. Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons. Cheers, Rusty boy. There you go. We've had people coming in from the stadium, which is great. I love that part of it, and I hope you enjoy it, especially knowing that you can't get to the stadium. It does make such a big difference, doesn't it, when you can get people's opinions on it there. I'm going to show you one more thing before I go jump into the chat, and that is the current league table. As you can see there, West Ham jumped back up into 4th place, winning 11 games this season, losing 6, drawing 4, with a goal difference of plus 12 on 37 points, 5 points from Liverpool, and 2 points adrift from Arsenal, and 4 points adrift from Spuds, and 6 points adrift from Manchester United. Things you love to see. I love it. Gary Page is saying he offered me a hat and a scarf for just £5 just now. Yes, he did. I heard that in the background. Vasilis Bowen, the player Yarmolenko was supposed to be. Let's smash Leeds and Man United. Champions League is still alive from Richard. Wait, the scarves are a £5. Did they go down half price? Megan, yes, they are, because obviously they can't resell them because there's half and half scarf. 6 points behind Chelsea. Absolutely. Track again, you got this. Bowen racking up his value from Adam. The Fabianski haters are quiet from Bonnie. Don't talk about what we might have done. We need a striker. Don't need Lingard, to be honest, Anton. I'd still take him, mate. I'd still take him. Not Fab hater, just think Areola is better. Ben Ramo was great tonight. Anyone? Oh no, we missed a chance yesterday from Algeria that anyone could score. Fab saved us. Richard Stevens with another important points game this weekend. The plan looked not to overstretch ourselves. Good save from Fab. Hope all the haters stop moaning about him now. We're also looking into Gabby from Flamengo, but I don't really fancy him. I thought that was all done and dusted. Fab was awesome tonight. Notably, his distribution was better than I remember seeing. You're right, mate. Cams, Hammers United, Fans United. I still think Areola will start Sunday. New Fabs would be there today. Toby Sampson, best 2 goalkeepers in one team since Cech and Kudachini. Good point, mate. Absolutely. Chelsea and Tots draw. They both lose points. Areola would have saved the shot too. That was for the cup tonight, Audi. That was for the cup. So that means Tottenham are out of the cup. And let's hope the kids and the Gunners get a 0-0. Adam Webb, Bowen could be a Salah in the future for West Ham, of course. Fornals is always key to our chances on the break. Absolutely. Funky T, Vlasic played really well, strong going forward. James Bond, Pablo was in full fornicator mode tonight. Excellent. Zuma back soon. Absolutely. That will help things. Only Man City have been consistent. Adam Webb, what a touch by Yarmo. Good to see him getting in the act. Absolutely. Remember, COVID is only 7 days now. Yes, but Souček will miss the game because he played against Leeds last Sunday, and he played, so it'll be that he's either tested positive on Monday onwards, which means he's not available for the Sunday, so it means he'd be back out of quarantine if it was from the Monday on the following Monday. Good squad confidence, absolutely. 4 games in a row, huge squad confidence. Fab is such an underrated player, keeper. What a performance. Toby Sampson is saying, I think Lanzini is less scared of a tackle than he was previously. He's got acting as shook. Absolutely. Does your dear Pablo look like he wants his place back? Yep, I agree with you. The one at the near post was a quality save. It really was a class safe ball. Don't be daft. I've never seen the comment. Fab save was right at him. I don't agree with you, Paul. It wasn't. Had to come off the link. Wasn't so strong on the train. Cresswell is awesome. So good to see him back. Absolutely. Adam Webb. Adaya looked like a real threat. A bit worrying from our standards. He did look good and they took him off. Are the BBC going to mention us in the top 4 football focus this Saturday finally? Alex Scott, please. Please, they should. But I'd rather us go under the radar, to be honest. Toby Sampson, recently we seem to be only as good as we need to be, which is fine as long as we keep winning. 100%, mate. 100%. Adam Webb, how is Antonio sluggish? I know he's dropping his goals, but he's good at laying off the balls off. And how ridiculous if people call someone sluggish just because they're not scoring like we are the first 5. Does he dare? Exactly. If we had played it in the tiny, Tony Gale said he should. He would have been off. A perfect example of bias. Carr shows Arthur was pinpoint. VAR shows that. NWO, Antonio needs to stay in the middle, keeps pulling wide. Could have easily had 5 today, Jared. He could have, mate. Junior Reyes, West Ham 1, Club America 2. Don't know what you're talking about. Adam is saying Jared deserved the hat trick. Yes, he did. Hornswogler, don't even out when you're bottom and going down. Stelios doing a doorman impression there. Absolutely. I've not read anything negative in here tonight. All good. Keep it up, folks. Come on, Johannes. You got this. Adam Webb, I agree, but his control ball back to goal was not up to standard. Great show, guys. Thank you very much. 5 shots, 3 hitting the back of the net. Obviously, 1 disallowed, 2 off the woodwork. Absolutely, Cams. 100%. NWO, Bowen's more work rate and desire than top level talent. Absolutely. Masouf. CC, West Ham tonight, professional and patient. That's a really good statement, CC. Absolutely. My match predictions were spot on from, yeah, they were, mate. Well done. Cheers, chat. Cheers, guys. Great show. Thank you. Trev Tube, Toby Sampson. Yeah, as long as we use it when we need, I'm happy. It does feel when we play within ourselves more these days, but it could be sensible. All good if we win. Where are we? Megan is saying we need to utilise Leeds injuries and having our players back from injuries and get them 3 points. Noble was awesome last time he played them. To be fair, Audi, he was up where we belong. Absolutely. Rather than play Johnson in the middle than Noble. Alfie, love to see it. Lingard can sit on the Man United bench. Good save from Fab, but Fab would have saved it easy. Bowen was just superb. Nothing new, I know, because he's been for quite a while, but just love how hard he works. 5-star number 1 keeper. The rumours around Johnson go away though. Anton, leave Vassallo. We are massive. What a great squad we really have. Onwards and upwards. Absolutely. Good one. Yep. And excellent news. This fact that Spuds have been knocked out of the cup. When is Zuma expected back? Hopefully, could be he could be out and around the squad at the weekend, but I mean, nobody in their right mind expected Cresswell to start tonight, and he did, and look at the performance he put in tonight. And you are also awesome, Anton. Another professional broadcast. Sky Sports aren't fit to clean your keyboard, mate. Cheers, Toby. Thank you very much, mate. Cams, Hammers fans United, don't forget we are massive. We are certainly massive. Joan, thanks, Anton. 4 wins, superb. Absolutely. If we beat Leeds, it will be right to drop Diop Dawson for Zuma if he's fit. Well, it's a valid point, mate, but then it's up against Manchester United as well at Old Trafford. For me, it's a Munir game, which we'll see as Champions League for us if it's not. Toby, good to see you. Hope you're well. Absolutely, yes, because Diop hesitated a couple of times first half, but got lucky. Toby Sampson, you too, Joan, you absolute queen. And Jay Woods is saying we really need investment. This team has so much potential at the moment. Ian Treasure, just found your live broadcast today. Best I've found so far. Thanks, Anton. Thank you, Ian. Are you new around here? I've not seen your comments before, so please let me know if you are new, Ian, and if you are, subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate you coming and joining us. I hope you have enjoyed it as well. But let us know where you're from, and then you can engage with the chat as well. Cams is saying Krez had been back in training for a few weeks now, just taking it easy on his back. Yeah, I heard that. I just didn't expect him to start. Don't really know people did, to be honest. Can Lingard play striker, Anton, and replace Antonio? Don't think so. My goldfish knows more about goalkeeping than someone here, and that's after his Christmas tipple is poured into the tank. Tim J. Wilkes, how good was it to have Aaron Cresswell back? Huge, mate. Good night, everyone from Daniela. Hope you're well, Daniela. Toby Sampson, I'm absolutely battered. I'm going to bed night. Aaron's massive over land and sea. Come on, Toby. Good man. Thanks for joining us. Cresswell and Fornal's impressive fitness, though. Cresswell is class. If Fornal's and Bowen were on fire second half, absolutely. Jay Woods is saying Belotti would be such a good sign. He's out of contract in the summer, and apparently, if you believe rumours, he is one of our number 1 targets for the this window, and I would absolutely take him 100%. Roz, Bowen, love, hi from Sydney, Australia. Great game. Hope you're well. Thank you very much. Megan here to the end. Thanks for a great show, mate. Thank you for joining me, Megan. Good to see you. Audi, the biggest shame is that we're just so close. Need to spend money to get into that top 4. Well, we're in the top 4, and let's see if we do spend a little bit money. Adam Cook, brilliant show. Antonio, thanks again for the link. Always watch. Wouldn't miss you for anything. Cheers, Adam. Really appreciate the nice words. If there is a striker, so we can get Anton. Who is it? Origi, Belotti. I'll take that. Ian Treasure. I subscribed. Moved to the US 20 years ago. Hams fan through and through. Love it, Ian. Keep talking, because everyone in the chat is so friendly, so nice, and there's a good community as well. So I don't know if anyone in the chat knows the Discord link, and you can give that to Ian. Ian can join. You can get a right good chin wag and find people, honestly, that maybe you knew from years ago. So it's really cool that you've obviously joined our stream, and I hope you feel at home here as well. Really nice to see you, mate. Just back home from the game, buzzing with the win. Bowen and Cresswell were class. And Neil, I wish I could say that when I go to a game, but I have a 5-hour train journey after the game. And I'll hopefully be down soon. So I'd like to meet some of you people if you are going to the game. I'll let you know the game I am going to. We made a mistake second half, though. Lanzini was deeper than Rice. Stuart K, thank you. Anton, mate, for all the irons. Come on, you irons night. You got this massive. Absolutely. Adios, boys. Irons. Thank you, Cams, for joining us. Mark, Bowen immense tonight. Come on, you irons. Greetings from Denmark. 4th. Love it. Roz, good morning. Couple of signings. Then sky's the limit. Hordswazzer says good night, all. Trev, cheers, Anton. Cheers, all. Have the most excellent night. We will. What about Andy Carroll on loan? Did you see his brace of goals that were disallowed? But did you see his goals? Unbelievable, but they were disallowed. Ex-East London and now live amongst the carrot crunchers and tractor boys. Devin and Dave, well, it's good to see you, mate, and I'm glad you're joining us. Hello to the Denmark supporter. Funky T. Chelsea could also drop points this weekend against City, hoping on Spuds Gunners draw. We are massive and absolutely you are true. Who would not want to join a West Ham fan? West Ham, seriously. And Ergeste is greetings from Greece. And Boston George, back in the top 4, more importantly, still above Manchester United. Bye, friends team. Listen, thank you very much for joining us. Like I said, if you are new around here, please click the link to join our show. And subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe to the channel, that helps push us into the algorithm. There's a little bell notification beside the subscribe button that will notify you when we have several shows coming up. It is really cool. On top of that, people have been asking me today about our membership program. If you're keen to join our membership program, I'm putting a link in the chat just now. All you need to do is click that link. That will take you to the options. There are 2 membership tiers. If you're intrigued to see what we can offer, then definitely go and check that out. Origi would easily get us 20 plus league goals a season. I reckon I really would like him. Yankee just got COVID, but at least me won today and something good at least. Well, hope you're safe and well and stay safe as well. Troj, I checked fixtures and Arsenal and Tottenham got some hard matches coming up and play each other next. They absolutely do. Devin and Dave, thanks, Anton. Liked, can we afford Spencer from Notts Forest? I've seen him. He's done a couple of good attacking runs down the right-hand side. Leave us, Aloe. Shout out to all you fans who were there. What massive support we have. Hit the like button. Absolutely. What a fantastic result tonight, wasn't it? What a bloody fantastic result. Thanks to this team. There's Pablo Fornals getting stuck in at Williams. There's Jared Bowen celebrating his goal. There's Antonio doing all the hard work he does all the game. Fabianski, who made some fantastic saves tonight. Declan Rice leading the line from the middle of the park, setting up Jared Bowen as well. There they are, embracing each other. And there's Jared Bowen's tap in from Masuaku's cross. West Ham beat Norwich 2-0 to go 4th in the league. Subscribe to the channel, become a member, do what you need to do, hit the thumbs up. Come on, you Irons. Thanks for joining us, and join us tomorrow for more shows because there's going to be loads of content coming out. Come on, you Irons.